Hello and welcome to the Michael Jack Pazdon Show, coming to you live from beautiful Riverside, Napa, California. We have a very special style of show tonight. We're calling it Bartenders Without Borders, and we are actually online live with Trailer Happiness and Jim Wrigley in London, where it's very late right now. It's 2:27 in the morning there, and it's rum o'clock, as they were saying, and we're just going to, make some drinks. We're going to hang out here. We got some thirsty people in there. We got some tired people over there. We're going to just talk about stuff, talk about rum, talk about bartending, all that sort of thing. I'm going to hand it over right now, Jim, and I'm sorry we didn't meet.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Welcome to the Trailer of Happiness. We're on Portobello Road in London at the moment.
Uh-oh.
That's all you need. We know exactly where you are.
All right, now we know where you are, and now the feed is frozen.
I'm trying to find one.
All right, we're going to try this again when they get that worked out. In the meantime, I'm going to be making a drink. I don't know. So we also have Marco Karakasevich in the studio here today. Marco, say hi.
Hi. Hey, Jim Wrigley. How you doing?
Marco brought by some rum he made, Chardonnay Tahitian vanilla rum here, and I picked some mint in the garden this morning, so I'm just going to get things started and start mixing up.
Thank you.
Yeah, a couple of those. You guys are thirsty, right?
So
Definitely.
thirsty.
Right on. Introduce yourselves to the studio
I'm Joy.
audience of the world.
Hello.
Joy.
I'm Brian.
Brian.
I'm Stephanie. Hi.
Hey,
Marco's back.
Hey, Jim
Hi,
Wrigley.
Marco as well. Hey, brother, how are you?
Sorry.
Looking good. Yeah.
The hardline as well.
Miss you too, guys. Miss you too. You have to come over here, and I'm sure it's still sunny over there, even during winter. So, yeah. Here we go.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Welcome to Trailer Happiness.
Cheers.
Thanks for staying up.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, guys.
I had a little bit of a sleep on the way in.
Very good. So, guys, start over. We lost you there for a second, so tell us where you are, what's going on, who you are, go from there.
You're introducing me, right?
Yeah, sorry. So we're in Trailer Happiness. I still have my T-shirt on for an event we did in Regent Street yesterday for 1 million people. Trailer Happiness is currently owned and managed by a couple of guys called Paul McFadden and Rich Hunt. Rich used to work here back in the day, among many other places, too numerous to mention, although I'll try. Playa, Mahiki, probably being the ones that people will know. Where else, Rich? What else we got on the docket?
Milk and Honey is probably quite a big
Milk
one.
and Honey, I've heard of that place. Apparently it's quite good.
I hear it's a good bar.
Right. Yeah, it's not bad, that place, I hear. A place called Quo Vadis. I was there for some time, and Tiki Bars, and I don't know if you guys have heard of a restaurant chain called the Hawksmoor in London as well. It's a steak shop. I was quite involved with that before coming down back home to Trailer Happiness. Back home.
So it's home. So what makes Trailer Happiness home-like?
Trailer's one of those interesting entities where it's been around for 10 years. I mean, 17th this year is actually the 10-year anniversary of what has consistently been one in the top 50 cocktail bars in the world for the entire time. Used to be part of Match Group, which is Playa, Milk and Honey, Match Bars, and various others. And it's about a year ago, the opportunity came up for a couple of the guys who'd either drunk there for years or used to work there and manage and set fire to it, like Rich, to buy it and kind of come back to it. So 10 years ago, it was this slick imagination of if Hugh Hefner had a den in the 90s and spent millions on it, what would it be? Much like the Player was, kind of like 1990s style.
Turn around.
Let's
Have a look. Oh yeah.
Here you go.
Excellent.
So this is the back. So we tend to focus on rum, you will see there's about 220 different rums on the bar.
220 rums, eh?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to keep the number down, but the trouble is, as quick as we drink them, we keep buying them. So then you'll see some Lynch pictures in the background there. We also have some Tretchikoff as well. So you've got these kind of traditional tiki emblems, and then other than that, it's kind of a basement lounge with and this is the quietest you will ever see trailer. There's also above us, if I tilt this back, you'll see the copper ceiling with its pock marks from the.
That never happens.
Never. Yeah.
Stop what you're saying. No,
sorry. Yeah. If there's any fire marshals watching, it never happens. Occasionally things get set fire to. We're going to set fire to some stuff for you tonight. Hopefully not.
Yay!
We love fire.
Right?
Don't worry, it's not like this is on the internet. Nobody will know.
Should we have matches here?
All right.
Australia, throughout the years, some of the greatest bartenders, certainly from the UK, but I mean international bartenders as well, have come through here.
It would probably be a good bet.
Nick Van Til, who some of you may know as the Beefeater and Plymouth ambassador these days, or NVT, the DJ, but also works at Mahiki, and as well Tim Stones, Baldone, Paul Mans, and so Michael Bart and Giles Looker, lots and lots of names who Angus Winchester,
yeah.
you remember him as well,
yeah.
Who all these days regard themselves as being old because they don't drink quite as much these days. If you're watching, guys, I did say that out loud. Challenge accepted. But yeah, so there's been numerous over the last 10 years. It's been kind of an institution in London, and is currently remaining true to the ethos. It's not a rum bar, it's not a tiki bar, it's just trailer, and we're always happy.
Right on. So, cool. Now, Jim actually used to, we all met Jim when he worked at the Thomas, Fagiani's at the Thomas in Napa. He opened that place up, great little restaurant bar in downtown Napa, and then he left us because you couldn't stand the weather?
You got imported.
Is that
deported.
Too many hot girls.
Too much
everyone
sunshine.
was too damn happy. The wine was too good. And medicinal marijuana. No, actually, let's leave that alone. I was really privileged to work with the amazing team at the Thomas and Fagiani's, and I hear it. I still keep contact with the guys, but it was at some point I had to return to the cold and winter that was.
It's not always cold in winter. Sometimes we get.
It was actually sunny today. That's why. Hence the sunglasses, just in case, right?
And you spent the day in the morning.
But yeah, no, it was a privilege to meet you guys while I was out there and to work with you all. I look forward to spending some time in the few years with you guys as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Very good.
Especially when you come here to visit us in London.
Yes. Well, I think that after this show, it's still pretty early, so if we can catch a flight from here, we'll probably be there pretty soon. You'll probably just be getting up, so we'll work on that.
See you tomorrow for lunch right?
Yeah, lunch tomorrow?
Sure.
Sounds good. Cool. Do you guys want to take a drink?
We're thirsty.
What a great idea.
Take a drink?
Cool. Yeah.
Start with the Scaramanga.
Yes, we're going to start with. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit so you guys can see what Rich is doing while he's making the drink through it.
There you go. Is that okay?
A little lower.
A little lower.
Easy.
Hello.
Not that kind of bar. Wait. No, it is.
The ladies like it.
You've been working out.
About it.
So the Scaramanga, I mean, we had a great drink on that the Thomas, which Narrative put on there called the Garibaldi. This kind of simple Italian traditional way of drinking Campari, which was with grapefruit juice. or with orange juice or whatever. It's a spirit mixer, but with that bitter as a base. So when Rich was putting together the menu for this place, he came up with this drink being kind of the idea of your summer, your Evo, your just to talk you through the ingredients just gone in there. We have fresh squeezed lemon juice. We have made with sugar and water. I know, crazy, just like one. Yeah. You saw some Campari go in there.
That was the
you saw some grapefruit juice go in there as well, and that was some Bombay Sapphire gin. And now we're going to put in the key ingredient, which is the Campari. So what you're looking at here in terms of like the flavor is you've got a base of almost kind of like a Negroni style, having Campari modified with something that's going to be sparkling, maybe like a Milano Torino Americano style, because you've got gin and a touch of Campari, you've got lemon and a touch of grapefruit. You've got sugar to balance all of the bitter elements, and it's simply just cubed ice and topped with some soda. Garnished with, the traditional and
very nice soda cycle, isn't it?
The traditional and almost ubiquitous. Did you buy that yourself on eBay, Rich?
No, that was one of 50 recently.
You find a couple of bar backs back there?
We found a lot of stuff out the back.
And so this is going to be garnished with a grapefruit twist. Essentially it's kind of it's a drink that shows off the fact that not just trailer, but like this idea of tiki. I mean, tiki never existed. It's a concept of escapism. It's an idea, ideology, way of life, maybe a state of mind, is what you could call it. But it doesn't just have to be about rum. Trailer isn't, as we say, there's loads of rum, but we have lots of other spirits as well. It's about drinks, and this is kind of one of our big sellers as well. So this is the Scaramanga. We'll send you guys, I know you guys have got the specs, so you can put it up there if anyone wants at any point in the future. Campari, grapefruit soda, lemon, sugar.
Yeah.
And a touch of Bombay Sapphire gin in there as well.
Essentially, it's a bitter Collins, basically. Essentially it's a Tom Collins with Campari and a little splash of orange bitters, basically with a little hint of sort of bitter freshness. It's I wanted to originally call it a Bergerac cocktail, because it's the kind of thing that you'd expect. They won't know who Bergerac is.
Not a chance.
No,
not a chance.
Sergio de Bergerac.
American.
Bergerac was in that American series, which in the 1980s. That's all right. We'll look it up.
Bergerac is a famous detective who it was a 1980s TV series, but set in the 1960s in a very sort of sleepy part of the UK where nothing really happened except lots of murders. Essentially the kind of thing that you'd want to drink if you were kind of in the 1960s with a nice slick haircut, open-top sports car, and a roll-neck sweater, that type of thing.
Right.
So we named it after a Bond villain.
Yeah, so now it's the Scaramanga, who's obviously the man with the golden gun, as played Christopher Lee, who was incidentally Ian Fleming's cousin. That's why they look so similar. Didn't know that until I was Googling this just before today. So, yeah, there you go. Random fact number, probably not the last one today either.
No, not at all. Well, it looks delicious, guys, and I think that's awesome. Leading with something, obviously to give that light is like tiki has to be all rum drinks. You know what I mean? And looks very refreshing, very appetite stimulating. We've got tri-tip on the grill outside, by the way. I just want to make you a little bit jealous of that as well. Just barbecuing out there, but whatever you're in London, I'm sure you can find some food at this time in the morning too. But to stimulate our appetite in the studio here, I'm going to make a drink too. And this one, bitter things like that, the Campari, the grapefruit, those are great things to kind of get the juices flowing before a meal. That's the traditional, that rooted in the tradition of the aperitivo in Italy. But another great thing to either settle the stomach or get your appetite flowing is ginger. right? So I'm going to make a ginger-based drink right now, and it's basically like a riff on a dark and stormy. But if you took the dark and stormy and put it in colonial days, and then put it on acid, something like that. So we call it a Colonial Buck, and it's a couple of different things. It's a little bit of Eldorado 8 in there, a little bit of a Smith & Cross, which I happen to put in almost everything. It's my new Bartender's ketchup.
Pancakes?
On pancakes. That's good, that's good.
Right on.
And a little bit of Laird's Bonded Applejack as well. So you got rum, which is the spirit of the American colonies, as well as the continental America's first indigenous spirit, which is apple brandy or Applejack. Those are coming together there. And then this is a raw ginger syrup. We call it the RGX. Basically, this is just ginger juice put through a champion juicer, expeller juicer, mixed with sugar 1-to-1. So it's simple syrup, basically, but instead of water, you use ginger juice, which is unbelievably useful in the bar. It alleviates a lot of muddling, all that sort of thing. Pain in the ass about it is that you got to do it every day because ginger actually has this compound in it called gingerol, and that's not a lie. It's gingerol. I didn't make that up. But it degrades really fast into something with a much less cool-sounding name that doesn't have that pop. I need a little bit of that in there as well. Got to get some lime juice in there for balance, keep it nice and bright. A little bit more lime than syrup, and a dash of bitters or two.
They went to go find pancakes.
And we're just going to shake that up. Real fast. Strain it out into our glass here. And top it with a splash of ginger beer. And fill it with ice. Now, I'm kind of jealous right now because I see your nice cube ice in there. And one of the reasons I was late to the show today is because I was wrangling with my freaking cold draft machine, which broke again. Bartenders will do this talk about cold draft. Wonderful, nice, big, clear cubes that, we a lot of us use in our bar programs, but the things break all the freaking time. It's like the biggest swindle in the world, but it's like an addiction. So you keep buying them, and they keep breaking. You keep paying to have them fixed. We got this great guy named Rainbow Dawn. He's our cold draft whisperer. He's at the Goose and Gander right now. Anyway, put a little bit of nutmeg on top of that for that extra aromatic element. And for extra garnish, I got a little bit of house pickled ginger. It's just thinly sliced ginger that was pickled in a mirin, sake, rice wine, vinegar, sugar, Asian pickling liquid. A little bit of
it's Michael Jack's easy bartending.
Lime, and flour.
I think I just drooled on the floor.
In the top, like that. And there you go. It's a Colonial Buck.
Yay!
I also forgot straws at the bar, so everybody's going to have to just sip. But, bartending on the travel kit. Yeah, there. How's the drink, guys?
Very tasty.
Yeah.
I bet it's really good.
Marco's going to
We might not get any more of it. Sorry, end of the line here.
That's got kick.
That and cleanup.
Nice.
Wow, very
We're not
nice.
talking about sharing.
Sounds amazing. I want some. Yeah, me too. We want some.
I know, we got to figure out the other thing. It's like, we got to figure out how to put the drink through here. You know what I mean?
Teleporter next
That
time.
is so cool. That would be so cool.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Delicious. Save some for the others. Come on.
Priceless.
All right, I've got shots of rum. We have lots of that.
Oh, we have so
Yeah.
much rum. Chili syrup. I was going to suggest you use the jerk instead of the chili.
Perfect.
Direct for this.
Cool, guys.
So,
What's next? What are we drinking next?
Should we one for you?
Yeah,
Look at.
Yeah, to look
yeah.
at. Yeah. I'll
Sure.
walk.
Well, Jim, let's point it down again, shall we? Because this is one of the new drinks. We've designed a whole new range of tiki mugs specifically for our new menu, and this is we suspect is going to be one of the beautiful mug, and it looks like, well, half of it looks like this.
Awesome.
It's a lovely little. It's a little drink for two. It's a sharing vessel for two people. It's a liter in size.
Okay.
We were hoping it'd be big enough for four, but
It probably is big enough for four, but none of our customers.
Yeah, not for.
So how do we buy those?
Essentially, what we do at Trader when we go over.
Rich? Really rich?
Uh-oh. Sound out.
You have to come to the.
Oh.
Generally.
Sound out.
In other words, we've all been drinking heavily, and this is what we hear afterwards.
We can hear you.
Okay, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him.
So, yeah, unfortunately, to get these, you'll have to come to Trailer Happiness, I'm afraid, for the moment. One day, we'll be able to, you know what? No, you'll always have to come to Trailer Happiness to get one.
Trailer Happiness anyway.
All right.
But, you know, the carpet is red and will be rolled out for you should you come out with this one. And you know, we can probably sign one of these and get one to you. Let's put some booze in there and show them what we're doing.
Yeah, I think so. Go on, if you want to start making it. We're essentially one of the things that we wanted to do at Trailer when we took over was to rejuvenate the food offering, which had often been sort of overlooked here. So we've been working with a very dear friend of ours called Cameron, who's a fantastic chef. He's a Kiwi for all his sins. And he essentially, his sort of food style is very much a sort of Southeast Asian style of food. He cooks lots of bright, sort of vibrant dishes, lots of flavor, lots of texture, lots of contrast, ideally. And so we've tried to kind of bring that into some of our drinks, and also to try and sort of link the idea back together again in very much a sort of tapas sort of style. This drink was kind of inspired by an ice cream sorbet that me and a couple of friends used to eat a lot when we used to go to Mexico. So the drink, the Mexican Headhunter. This is like it's a Mexican style skull with sort of the sugar painting around the eyes and so on and so forth. It's a tequila drink combining guanabana or soursop with peach, essentially. So it's guanabana, soursop, both in juice form, a little bit of coconut cream, fresh lime juice, a little bit of chili, and then we haven't decided whether to use it or not, but some of you splash of yuzu. I don't know, what do you think?
I'll try it now, man.
Yeah, we'll give it a go now, why not?
Let's
see if it works.
Yeah, exactly. Taste it as you go.
No, I mean, it works fantastic. We've got a couple of drinks with yuzu juice in. Not necessarily because it's current or modern, or there are themes that are attached to it, or there seems to be a trend. It's actually just because having also tried some Brad Farmery when we were at the Thomas, was cooking with yuzu, making these amazing dehydrated slices of just sit and be aromatic, bringing out the oils. It's a great ingredient. It is cool to use, goji berries or yuzu or anything that's either super healthy or has umami or things like that. But one of the reasons we've been using it here is because it really links into tiki. As they were saying, it's not that tiki doesn't exist. It's more that it's an amalgamation of Asia and plus Polynesian, plus an idea of Caribbean. It's like the idea of far away. The way that people expect it. It's the idea of grass skirts and lays, some form of rum, maybe some coconut in it, and the possibilities of things happening in the sunshine. And yuzu has this exotic Asian kind of link to that. I'm actually going to add it because it's pretty stuck through the edge of the spice and heighten it. So
where are you? Where are you guys getting the yuzu?
We have there's a Japanese wholesaler here who basically, as far as I can make out, bloody hell, who's calling us at this time of night? Goodness me.
Jim speaking. How can I help?
Well, there's a Japanese Whole Foods seller that they basically got pretty much a monopoly on the Japanese sort of products. Sorry, it's going swizzle. On the Japanese products in the UK, something called Tazaki, and we basically get it's a juice. It's a very, very concentrated juice. It's really expensive, but we've worked because we're basically, as Jim said, we're using it mostly for its aromatic qualities. So we've discovered we can spend £27 for a litre of this stuff, but water it down to 3-to-1 and still have the same effect.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, it actually becomes quite a costly, cost-worthy ingredient. Yeah. So this drink essentially is ideally designed to be a sort of exotic tequila-style swizzle, sort of reminiscent of this idea of kind of exotic Mexican culture. Like as Jim said, it's tiki, but it's not necessarily sort of rum and Polynesia. It's essentially more a sense of exotica and escapism. So we've basically taken that as a bit of a carte blanche to do loads of completely different stuff. Do whatever we want, pretty much. Whatever we want.
Well, but do you want to introduce the second side? Because I mean, part of this is this aromatic. How's your smell-o-vision working over there? You guys getting that?
Smells pretty good. Anyway.
Yeah, that was all.
Yeah, I mean, we the same thing as working with aperitifs and digestifs and sensible eating. One of the things you can do is work with food pairings. So these are actually on our menu anyway. They're taquitos and sweet potato taquitos. And yeah, exactly. So this is you order.
Oh my God!
And you get some food. So this is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. Forgive us, there are no four on the thing, but it is 2:30 in the morning. We were pretty hungry.
I like sweet potato, but I prefer the salmon ones. And So this comes out. You know, this was designed to be theatrical.
Right. So you can always call it the Tiki Hue.
Yeah, I mean, we have a whole load of stuff that we serve things in. Other examples may include such amazing things as just a straight zombie mug for the zombie. There we go. Demonstrated here. This is the Planet Express. Rich, do you want to talk about what's happening here?
Oh yeah. Sorry, if you don't mind, we're just hijacking this. Another idea we have for a cool little sharing vessel, basically based on the fact that so many places these days are doing this idea of pre-bottled cocktails. It's such an easy way and a fantastic way for everybody to get a great drink quickly, which is always the same and always tastes delicious. And this was our idea to do that. So essentially in this little rocket ship here, so this is design number 1, called the Planet Express. There we go. The top bit comes out here, which is the tail or the cork, and essentially it's a weird form of martini that goes in there. It's a gin drink. Forgive us for that. It's a gin drink with a plum wine, which we're blending ourselves, and then a grapefruit infused dry vermouth stirred into this. So a very delicate, light style of martini. And then we haven't quite finished with the design serve of it yet, but you sit here first. It's going to be served in an ice bucket. I like that style of, we with plum with a hole in it.
Throw those across the farm.
Yeah, so halfway between Forbidden Planet 1970s kitsch
James
and James and the Giant Peach, or any sort of children's shows. Yeah. With it's some dry ice effect, and also to keep it.
Of course, it's got to be dry ice, right?
Do you want to? Should we talk about throw the barbecue on there, and then we can get rid of all of our plates?
Oh yeah, let's get rid of the barbecue. All right.
Yeah.
You've got one ready, dude.
Well, like that one.
Okay.
You guys don't realize this. This is in the UK. This is what we call a barbecue. I know it's like a miniature barbecue.
This is actually advertised by the supermarket that sold it to me as a park barbecue.
The park barbecue.
Where the hell are you going to park that? So it's a small barbecue, and actually genuinely, when we have barbecues in the UK, they happen so seldomly. We have to keep these things stored away so we can rapidly pull them out. Seconds of sunshine we make.
Legs come off.
And we have so we had designed these interior or kind of the old zombie style, like large serving zombie heads or whatever. You can have a large mixed serve 4 to 6 piece that goes out that has that kind of the theater of being brought to the table while on fire. Some fire going on while you're making the thing.
Tell them what goes in it?
Yeah, go ahead. So this is going to be the Driftwood punch. This is again another new one that we're choosing.
You guys want to know what goes in it, or is it enough?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So the idea with this was to do. This came from a competition that I did a few years ago. The idea was to do a series of drinks that you might have at a barbecue. And so the first one of these would be your welcome drink. Was a great big giant punch. Called, well, the barbecue punch or whatever. We've ended up calling it the Driftwood punch, something which we quite like. So it's the idea is of combining the kind of smoky and sweet flavors and charcoaly flavors that you get in Tennessee whiskey. In particular, we use the Jack Daniel's Gentleman Jack with a kind of marinated barbecued pineapple juice. It's kind of complicated, but it's really not. Essentially, it's pineapples that are put through a juicer, much like the way you made your ginger juice. But before putting them through a juicer, they've been marinated and then chucked on the barbecue for a few minutes, so they're slightly a bit caramelized with this sharp acidity of a sherry and chili marinade. And it's them chucked in a juice with a whole load of whiskey, squeeze of lemon, a little bit of sugar, oregano for these kind of herbaceous umami and
you mean
fresh
oregano?
flavors. Oregano, sorry. Oregano. That is entirely what I meant.
By the way, guys, thank you so much. I still say tomato, and I still get laughed at for it while I'm over here. That's the legacy of my time in Napa. Thanks.
Yeah, well done, guys. You corrupted me completely. And then it's just served on fire, and again, it's the idea of combining food and drink. We have these lovely. There's another lovely dish on our menu, which is it's pork belly with pineapple and a little bit of mint just shoved on the grill, and that comes served over the top of this barbecue. So you have a lovely drink, and again, you've got something to eat. It's very much in that old school tapas style where you used to get your drink and then a plate on top of it with a few little pieces of jamon and pan con tomate and all these sort of things. It's really.
But you know we still can't get food at this time of morning. You know how hungry I am.
I know.
You're going to start eating crushed ice again, aren't you?
I am.
There we go. Cool. So guys, sorry, Mike. Mate. Back to you for the next one.
All right. We gotta. These guys are getting hungry and thirsty.
We're hungry and
over
thirsty.
here.
We need to do this on fire.
So we'll make another drink. Let's make you an old fashioned out of rum here. This is really super simple, but I just wanted to make sure that we get something in their hands. Just going to use a little Zacapa. Oops. Some turbinado, simple syrup there. Dash of Ango. And Fee Brothers. I really am looking forward to seeing them light this on fire. I just gotta say.
Yeah. I think, what are we going to light on fire?
Well,
We've got some
Susan, DDA, can we light some stuff on fire too? Is that okay? Well, there are things on fire at front, but
So the whole bowl is a monster cocktail, right, Rich? On the grill?
so the grill itself is the bowl. There's no holes in there, right? All right, can we hear him? I can't hear him. Gonna soak this over a nice crystal clear hand carved ice cube, because who doesn't like that? And a little orange zest over the top of that one.
I was the first one to respond to.
You're making a few of those, right?
It's just that one guy
Oh
in
yeah,
the
I'll be
background
making them. I'll be making them. I just want to see them light things on fire.
Hey, cheers, everybody.
Fire, fire, please, fire. You know, I mean,
say fire?
Fire. We want fire. Make fire.
Fire.
Make fire.
Is it 5 o'clock?
It's 5 o'clock.
That's good.
Now, Didier was asking if we prefer light or dark rum. Me, I say all rums. All the more kinds of rum, the better. You know, rums are a wonderful
Like this guy.
wonderful spirit because it has more range of flavor than you find in most. You know what I mean? Like it's like the pig of the liquor world. I mean, it's like pig. You know, it's different from a cow because you got bacon. It doesn't taste quite like ham. It doesn't taste quite like a pork chop.
Are you using a more light rum or a white rum for your cocktails or dark
There's
rum?
some cocktails that we'll make with a white rum. Either certainly things like we make a Hemingway daiquiri with unaged rum, for example, or certain daiquiris we might make with that. But generally, I'd say we stock a lot more of the aged variety. Yeah. That's for sure. Not 230 something or whatever it is, but you know, that being that. But we want to see fire.
Light it up.
Are we in? I think we're stalled.
They can hear it.
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah. We want to see this thing on fire. That's what we want to
Light
see.
it up.
We can set stuff on fire.
You want us to set stuff on fire? Cause
Yes.
Right, okay, fine. Should we make a fucking enough killer?
Yeah, that's it. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm actually generally entranced with Rich. It's on fire again. What have I told you about something on fire?
Oh, yeah.
I was actually entranced by the ice. I'm sorry, I literally trust. We don't have that here, and when we do, people set fire to it. Fire enough apparently don't work. Cool. So we're gonna make a drink called a Cottonmouth Killer. You'll get the reference pretty quickly. So the
squat down a little lower, mate, and then we can do that, and they can see you and the drink at the same time. How does that work? Is that right?
Mini Wiggly.
Oh dear. This is a drink called the Cottonmouth Killer. It's one of our kind of newer serves. The traditional idea of a punch and work with bases. We have this prepped up. I show the guys a bottle of So this is it's a fast drink as Naren went. I'm sorry, I'm trying to escape. He's got cramp. Poor guy. No, like when we were working with Naren in California and the way that New York, and certainly it's a trend over here as well, is to but also just to expedite people getting their drinks quicker. Yeah, I mean this drink has 9 ingredients in it, and 8 of them don't go off, so it's stupid not to pre-mix them, right? Yeah, and the other was you, right? Yes, the other one was me. And Rich. No.
I think it's great that you bring that up, guys.
It's based on Bacardi 8. You guys have Bacardi 8? I can't remember. Generally it's Reserva over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get the 8-year-old too, yeah.
Yeah, probably saw more of it. There's apricot brandy, which is a Merlot. We have décor Quante Tres or 43, which is vanilla spice, kind of Spanish style of liqueur, or very much like a yerbas style. And then we've got in there a guava juice, which is not freshly squeezed, I might add. We do not need people to. Although to be fair, at some point in my life, in some bars, probably the Thomas, I probably would have employed someone to fresh squeezed guavas, which have been sourced locally. But no, it's short for guava juice. We use a fantastic, not from Constance, apple juice in there, and then it's lemon and simple. So you've got this basic ingredients where you're talking about a rum sour modified with apricot.
Sorry, I'll move over here.
Right, yeah. Rum sour. My head kind of on the glass now. Yeah. A rum sour modified with apricot. Two other kind of flavors that are put in there from the guava and the apple. The Quante Tres kind of makes it a little bit richer, also adds more sweet flavors, but also the spice. And this goes into the glass, kind of looks a little like JJ. I feel like I'm drowning a little bit.
Let's try one of those.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to lean back a little, otherwise I'll pull it up your nose. There you go. Sorry, I shook a little hard.
That's perfect. So then, like the idea of serve on this, you're wondering where the cottonmouth things. Well, cottonmouth, for most of you probably don't know what cottonmouth is.
No.
But never heard of that.
Not being in California and all.
I'm wondering whether or not how much I have to edit myself here.
Just tell us, when you smoke a little bit too much medicinal marijuana, your mouth goes a bit funny, so we've been told.
Bartending, now I have a Hello? I'd like to add that we actually haven't been smoking marijuana before this. This is actually how we normally are. So this is, there's a modern thing that some of you may have heard of that overtook DVDs, which is called Blu-ray. This is Blu-ray. It's gray and blue. It's gray and food coloring. So this is aromatics, color, and prettiness. It also means that when I'm going to get out of the way for this one, Rich, I kind of feel like that's a good idea. But the idea being that if you ever found yourself with a slightly sticky mouth, you could drink this drink and it would refresh you. And then the Campari, handmade Campari marshmallow, courtesy of wonderful girls based on Portobello Road, who make marshmallows and gin, Hilton flavors and raspberry flavors, all handmade. You really want to set fire to this, Rich, don't you?
Yeah, I do want to set fire to this.
Sorry, I'm going to get out of the way.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Right. There you go.
Look at that. Again. How many times have we fly?
That is what I call a tiki drink.
Yeah.
So we there you go. So we have napkins by the side.
No, that's going to hang for a little while. That's cool, and it'll actually sit there.
So that's your cottonmouth comes from a beautiful Campari marshmallow. You get straw by the side, you drink your drink through it. It's actually a really light, refreshing kind of punch style. And then the ray just adds to the last mouthful. It's very much a tiki drink. We were Rich and I were talking before about how would we get across trends in London at the moment. We were saying that one of the big problems with trends is that they're trendy. So everyone wants to do them, and then instantly they become uncool or ubiquitous, and no one wants that from a trend. So we were noting the fact that essentially what we do is instead of these days we research and we put together drinks. Instead of trying to steal a drink, etc., you pay homage to it. So you take a gimlet, you infuse eucalyptus into the lime cordial you made by hand, and then you end up a really amazing gimlet. it's still a gimlet. It's still a drink that stood the test of the time. If any of our drinks are going to stand the test of time, we'll find out in about 200 years, hopefully with medical advances and cyanic livers and things like that. Seriously, really hoping. This kind of, if we was to look at trends in London, I think London, certainly what I saw in California, people are working with all of the things, the best of the old world, the best they can come up with in terms of science and understanding, but also just to make drinks that are good for people
and fun. Importantly, I mean that's certainly something that you're seeing a lot of fashion in London now. Is there's about 3 or 4 years ago there was a very serious kind of lean to the very serious and wonderful it is, but the Japanese style, and people took it just a little bit seriously. And I think a lot of people have suddenly realised that we're in this business to entertain, to host, and to have fun. And I think that's definitely coming back into the London scene, especially with drinks like this. How could you not have fun with that? That's just
exactly.
Eat the marshmallow.
Yeah. Oh my God!
I was scared there was a lady in the tramp moment. We can do that.
Yeah, maybe we can.
Okay, cool.
Should we finish?
Cool. Guys, we're going to pass it back to Michael Busy for a couple of moments.
Aww.
Right, good. Yeah, that's us done. Don't expect much coherency from us from here on in.
No, but I'm fairly sure the mic can carry it on from now on.
Be careful with that torch.
Just a couple of questions, guys.
If anyone has any questions, by the way, or anything like that, just find them, text, etc.
No, I really respond to what you guys are saying. I think that's something that you hear from bartenders all over the world these days. It's like, yeah, we love what we do. We take our career super seriously. We take drink deliciousness seriously in a certain way. But at the end of the day, man, it's drinks. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be fun. Bars are fun. You don't go to bars to have reverence and, ooh, Mr. Mixologist, that sort of thing. You go to have a good time, and that's what we're here to do. That's why we do what we do, because we like to help people have a good time. I mean, if I was just obsessed with drinks, I'd just stay at home and do that, because, it'd be just as good, right? So, but that's not what we do. And I'm really interested, because with you guys, with the pre-batching that you're doing, how many drinks are you putting that into effect with?
Everything we possibly can.
Everything.
Everything we possibly can. Yeah. So I said, despite the fact we're a very, very small bar, we have a capacity of people when we take all the furniture out. So generally, we'll only ever have about 90 people in the building. But even that said, it gets really busy back here.
Come on to join me for a second. I'll introduce you. Follow me. And so I'll introduce you to this is the well. I know you guys can't really see that, but Rich, you want to start pulling up some of the things that we make ourselves or that are pre-batch have in the well here.
Pre-batch, zombie mix.
So that's nine different rums and a load of stuff in there.
That's my phone. No wonder. Sorry, I've just got music going on my phone.
Yeah. So this is a honey syrup that we make in-house, pomegranate syrup in-house, pineapple syrup we make in-house, Ribena. Guys, I don't know if you have Ribena, but it's basically a black cordial that we all grew up on as kids. There's a jerk and tamarind syrup that we make in-house. And then over here we have our cottonmouth killer mix, Midori infused with captain lime leaves, house-made sugar syrup, the passion fruit vodka, which is infused with lemongrass, and then we make all of our everything. I think one of the key things, especially having again, kind of not getting back to my time in Napa, but Rich has more stuff over there that we've not. Rich, he's literally just wandering off looking for stuff that we've mixed together. But yeah, no, literally anything you can, you're expediting. But what you have is a recipe and then consistency. There's only what chefs have been doing for the last 100 years since it's coffee. I mean, it's what we do. It means that we get caught and we get to do stuff quicker. And yeah, you can play with things. It's not like the old thing of playing God. It must have been so difficult for the original tiki guys when they were mixing together all these rums that had already been pretty pre-blended to make tiki drinks with this. And, that's kind of like, when you're working in a whiskey bar and you start making drinks for Talisker 25 and someone's like, how dare you put that into a drink? Someone's together. Marco, I know, as certainly with his 15 or 16 generations these days.
13, 14's learning the party.
14, I'm sure he's coming on, mate. It's like with all of that experience you have, it doesn't mean that anything's necessarily taboo. It either works or it doesn't. Trial and error is a great thing, but yeah. So back to you, but yeah. So we batch everything we can. If we can make it fresh, we will. If we can do better than the stuff that's going to come in a bottle, we will. They have the bottle on the bar, and I know, and talking to the people who make it, that's also kind of fun as well, and then being able to get their input. So what do you reckon if I put this and this? And they'll be like, well, why don't you try that? Which, I think
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think batching has revolutionized my personal life as a bartender. We have about 40 drinks on our menu, and almost every single one of them, all of the stable ingredients, you're talking about your boozes, and it may be a few kinds of rums, few kinds of whiskeys, whatever's going into it, your bitters, certain syrups, not all of them, like a raw ginger syrup, that's not going to be shelf stable, but just a simple syrup, that's going to be in the batch. You're talking about, you're making a drink for somebody. It could be a Manhattan, like our house Manhattan. Super simple drink, 2 kinds of whiskey, vermouth, 3 kinds of bitters, not a big deal. But we have a small bar too, and with 2 little wells, and we got a fairly large restaurant, it's the small bar, all around us with people ordering drinks. We don't want them to wait for us to go and grab this, and grab that, and grab this, and grab that, and put them all together. 6 steps, 1 step, stir, serve. And that's the whole thing. It's like we take our job seriously, but we don't want you to have to take it seriously by waiting. You don't have to be like, oh, well, it's worth the wait to get this wonderful cocktail. We want you to be like, I want a cocktail, you have a cocktail, and you go on and have a great time.
Yeah.
So that's
if you've got time, there is the show factor though. If it is a quiet evening, you've got maybe 1 or 2 people at the bar, there's not much going on. There is this wonderful glory in having someone devote a good 5-10 minutes to make you a perfect, say, old-fashioned or something of that nature. There is also theatre and stuff in that, but when you are 5 deep on a Saturday night, people just drinks and they want to go off and enjoy the rest of their time. I think it's a question of balancing it all out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you still, even with a lot of the batching, because most of the batching is not so simple as 1 into a mixing glass and stirring. You've still got things that you may batch half of it, and you're still adding fresh ingredients like your juices, et cetera, and you still have that technique that's on display. And, some drinks you just don't batch because it is about that show. But especially for those people, for us, we have people outside. They can't see the bar at all, and all they know, if we're not making a drink fast enough, is they've been without a drink for 15 minutes, and we just don't want that to happen to them. But it also, that's fun. One of the fun things is that it opens you up to be able to do fun garnishes as well. We put a lot of, we don't have any flaming marshmallows.
Are you going to post the recipe?
Get them, they're fantastic, honestly.
Are you going to make some marshmallows?
Are you going to post the recipe to that marshmallow?
Unfortunately, they won't tell us the recipe to the marshmallow. They're worried that we'll make it ourselves and won't buy them off them anymore if we know how to make them, which we probably would. we wouldn't do that.
They're like 3 doors down, and they bring us all the marshmallows. All we have to do is give them a free call every now and then. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell him, but we're getting a really good deal out of these.
Wait, this is... I'm not recording this now, are you?
No, it's not on the internet or live or anything like that.
No.
What's your Twitter handle?
At Trailer H. Do it. Or at Marshmallow. Go on, tell them. Tell them how much their marshmallow. marshmallows.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I'm fairly sure that they don't ship them. So you still have to come to trailer in London in order to experience the joy that is Campari marshmallows.
Well, like you're saying, you never know what's going to become classic, but I'm pretty sure that every bar in every city in the world, every like little small town is pretty soon going to have a flavor marshmallow. So, I mean, it'll happen. We just need more marshmallow makers out there. Cool. I'm just going to whip up a Planters Punch while we're watching here, but guys, I really want to thank you for showing off what you've been doing over there at Trailer Happiness. Jim, we missed you.
So next time though, can we meet you halfway with the whole time thing?
Yes. Absolutely.
We'll all meet in New York.
Wicked.
How about that?
Or we can meet halfway with the distance thing.
Exactly, yeah. We'll
call it Hawaii.
Yeah. Meet in New York, why not?
Yeah.
Next week if anyone's there.
Cool. Well, guys, thanks again. And
This has been great. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in
Thank
to
you so
watch.
much, guys.
And,
See you guys.
So
yeah.
and to virtually taste the drinks.
Nice. I
And,
can actually do the Planters Punch right now.
Great.
Planters Punch.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys, and you guys go get
Guys,
some food.
have a wonderful night. We're going to
See
bed.
you tomorrow for lunch in London.
Bye.
And drinks after at your place. All right. Bye, guys, and thanks everybody for tuning in to Bartenders Without Borders with Trailer Happiness in London.
Bye.
Good night.